me Bubs.
Yeah, that's the first thing they actually heard, Ronald. Fantastic. That's lovely. Gotta love it. Well, hello everybody. Welcome to episode 39 of The Haunting of Harrowstone. 39. You guys might survive to 40. You might. We'll find out. Let's talk about what happened last time we played, though.
Oh, if you want to know, I'll give you the goods. Everyone take a knee. I'm about to blow your mind.
As long as it's just my mind.
Yeah, other things with consent, that's sort of a firm believer
I
of.
do not consent.
Last session we encountered the unbound form of Hap, the town amalgamation dog.
Yeah.
And he went from Tiny Hap to Undead Clifford, and attacked. Oh yeah, he attacked a citizen. We don't know if the citizen is dead, but we know for sure that the horse's throat that he ripped out is dead. We tried to subdue him by re-establishing a connection with the totem and the hair that we had gotten from Gorovin originally, but just before we got the last lock, the final blow was dealt to happen. He was vanquished, but not before Rye, Eli, and Torvin took some pretty horrendous diseases.
Took some nasty blows. It's really
I'm
yeah.
fine. Disease, bud.
Oh,
They didn't have their Purell on them, and they got done did dirty.
Yeah, the Purell.
Yeah,
That's right.
No, I don't get disease, but they did.
It's true.
I would have if I wasn't a paladin, most likely.
Or even a lower level
it's
paladin.
just a wee rash. It's fine.
Yep, I have divine health. No diseases for me.
Now, Wyld, Torvin did fail some saves, but not all of them. He failed, what, was it 2 or 3? I can't remember. I think it was 3. Was it 2?
Yeah, Rye failed 3 of them because he's suffocating right now.
2.
No, Rye failed all 4.
Yep.
It was all 4, all 4 of his saves.
Yeah.
He's not in a good spot. Somebody tried to bribe Bub to kill your character earlier too, by the way, Ello.
Yeah.
Oh, snap.
That means I'm doing it right.
I would agree.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you've finally joined the ranks of what Cobalt's been experiencing for the last 37 sessions.
I don't know what I did to, invoke that kind of ire, but all right, I'm doing it.
They love to hate.
They do.
You guys really want us to kill him faster rather than just getting it paid out? We can become friends with him. He'll die faster that way. All our close friends do.
I mean, you could just let Tripp control the party, and I'm sure you guys will meet a very swift demise.
I feel like he has been lately,
Or
actually.
we could just mute Ronald
Without anyone's
and
consent.
continue on our way.
Okay, all right. Let's
give me your character sheets. I'm gonna
Yeah,
roll
how
this
do you all
place.
know that he didn't have me under some sort of spell? You don't know that.
It's true.
This is all Tripp's fault.
I think I saved. I think I failed 2. I think.
I can scroll back and take a look here. Let's see.
Yeah, because I think he passed the first one. It was like you said, like he passed the first roll for whatever the effects were, and then like the second and third one he took, which I don't know what those are.
Yeah, I vaguely think that was the case.
Oh my god, look at that cute little Popeye!
You failed 2 of them, but you passed the other 2, which is good. That's great.
Poppy!
Yeah,
Just a light cough.
Reminds me, I need to get Wild Magic book up.
Yeah, you do. You probably should be prepared for that, yeah.
You should
Or
do
don't.
a favor, I'm gonna kill you too.
Got the wildest magic in the wild west.
Brody's like, you won't.
Look at the cute little puppy. I would die for you, Poppy.
I have to.
So Ronald, or anybody else, how did the fight go down? Who took point in this? What, aside from like the spell casting?
Eli took a point. He took a run of the damage early on too. Like he got fucking munched on pretty bad.
Launched?
Yeah.
Mon.
Yeah.
Like
I was gonna say
I'm-
mobbed on, but I guess we
I'm
can combine
rather
those words to
wounded.
say maunched.
Yeah, it was
Gonna
pretty
need
rough.
Some stitches.
It didn't go crazy well for that first round. I mean, your first round was impressive, right? Your first immediate swing put out some damage. It was not a small amount. I think it was like 20, 21.
22.
22 damage.
Yeah. It was bonkers. And in turn, he drove you into a wall, and I'm certain he even threw you, right? Wasn't there?
I went prone, or not prone, but yeah, I got knocked down.
Yeah.
He charged me in and knocked me down, and then I had to get back up. And
And then Rye was pretty much took second on that and was trying to hold down Hap the entire time when me and Oz were trying to work the totem. Temerity was also in the fray, I believe, on the top
The totem.
portion of the map when we were fighting to
Yes.
get hits, and then Torvin was ranging at a distance where we were standing to give us cover.
Correct.
It was like an episode of like Stranger Things. That's how I see it. Like there's like, you know, the Demogorgon, and like part of them are like dealing with the threat, while the other group, the smart group, you know, the Nancy and the whatever, the Dustin, are like putting the pieces together to like fix the actual problem. And then Temerity just murdered the Demogorgon. It was like they were building up to this
Straight
big,
out
like, we're gonna
murder.
save Hap thing, and then it was just
That's an
murder.
excellent example because the Demogorgon was gonna fucking kill you all.
Yeah.
Right.
So and
I'm happy with it. Please kill it.
I have no qualms.
it was also
finally
another
doing our job.
big blunder by Tripp. It
said we,
technically
I
would
said
not
we.
have happened if I had not fucked with the totem. So putting that out there for all the people watching. If it's been a while, Tripp was the one that initiated this conflict.
Do you guys?
yeah.
It's
I've
been
gotta
3
ask.
weeks, but nobody in the group forgot.
I gotta ask.
Nobody here
Not on our end. I know everyone here remembers.
We've
For
been
the viewers.
waiting.
What does everybody think it's going to take to get Tripp to change? Does he have to be
so-
banished? Is there
He has to be
like a learning
dead.
moment? He has to die. Like again?
Yeah.
Cannon.
Maybe
True death.
maybe if,
Cannon. We
maybe
need
if
a
like
cannon.
Maggie hits some wild magic that changes somebody's personality entirely. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe if he becomes like
My-
Pinocchio, he's a real boy, something like that.
They will.
My
They will
thought
never
is
understand
that I've seen this in other creatures, is where like the more they go, they start going a little mad, you know, a little
Sure.
weird. And I think like this, we have to find a way to like,
Ground him, anchor him back down.
yeah, ground, yeah. Before
Okay.
it goes
It's like a
cuckoo.
Theoden worm tongue kind of thing.
Sort
you know?
of. And I'm like, no,
Yeah.
I kind of get what you're saying, but like, what is it that's the
Sorry, I've been
worm tongue
talking
in the
all day and my
situation?
mouth doesn't work.
It's all good.
What do you think? What
What were we
Ello?
saying?
You said that it's like a Theoden and worm tongue, but like, what's the metaphorical worm tongue in the situation?
I don't know. I guess it was more of a Theoden
I think-
thing. I don't know. who
His
that-
soul.
I guess Gorovin.
Damn.
Maybe.
Okay, all right.
I
I
think
don't
Tripp
know.
has to stop being who he was and start being who he is now.
Okay. Do you
That's good.
guys foresee yourselves allowing him to live long enough to see that?
I like.
Fuck
who he
no.
was.
I mean, maybe we can try. We can only
Yep.
hope.
Well, luckily
I
for
mean-
him, I'm almost dead, so it's going to be hard to deal with him right now.
I'm not.
I want him to
I
be
think
the
I'm
old
not.
Tripp. I
I
want him
think
to
Oz
not
has
be.
been the most empathetic towards him, but it's hard.
Even that's slipping.
to-
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
hard to
it's hard.
justify it.
It's hard
Yeah.
to justify when he keeps doing stuff that doesn't quite make sense. But like right now, me, you, and Gorovin are working towards, you know,
Yeah.
fixing this magical effigy thing. Whatever.
True, but at the same time,
Um,
it wouldn't have had to have happened if I didn't just not touch it. You know what I mean?
I wasn't there for that, so I mean, Oz doesn't really like. He doesn't have both sides of the story
so-
necessarily for that.
Let me ask this then. If you guys were spirits, what would be your upper faculties for governance? Does it not exist anymore? Are you no longer bound to the mortal coil, so you just throw all caution to the wind?
I mean, it depends on what I was bound to in the first place.
Right.
Like, if I was strongly bound to something in the first place and I am feeling saucy, I'll probably stay bound to that person, right? Especially if I'm hanging out with a bunch of living people. I would think that connection would be stronger, but at the same time, there's Tripp.
That's fair.
Are you saying that like if Oz were a spirit and I could do anything I want?
Well,
is that what you mean?
Right now, if someone dies in Ravengrow, in the town, your body it exists, but your soul stays. You are tethered to the mortal coil. Mm-hmm. After a while, let's say, I don't know, 2 weeks, 20 weeks, 200 weeks. What do you feel like your character? Do they become an agent of chaos? Do they adhere to some of their former tenets? What does that look like?
I mean, Oz is a chaos agent, so I think like I don't know, probably leaning on chaos.
Okay.
I think that depends on the circumstances of death.
Sure. So, would you? Are maybe you think that that Tripp is the way that he is because he feels like he's been done dirty in life?
I mean,
I don't know what causes Tripp to
Tripp's
betray his friends. Yeah, I don't know what causes Tripp to betray his only friends, but something's there. Something's
well,
something's
his
in
father
there.
basically didn't care about him. As that's as much as we know. Like we
fair,
don't know what really
don't
happened to
care
him.
about
We only
either
know
right
what
now.
we only know like
Right,
part
like,
of the
he's
story.
pretending his father was that fucking. What was the dude?
He's a noble.
Who was
He's a
Charles?
noble.
In my head, he looks like Charles Dance, his father.
Okay.
Right? Like he's what's his name? Lannister.
Tyrion.
Tywin Lannister.
Tywin. Yeah, Tywin Lannister.
Tywin.
Okay.
Yeah, that's who his dad is in my head.
Okay. I like this is kind of a perfect moment. It's like, has anyone seen Tropic Thunder?
Yes.
With Ben Stiller in the conversation when he's doing the interview, she's like, one of your close friends said that you are on your way out. You've got nothing left, and they're prepared to leave you. What do you have to say for yourself? And his immediate response was, someone said they were my friend?
Yeah.
Oh, I remember that.
Oh, that's kind of perfect.
That movie was as bad as it was good. Like it's
deliberate. I love it. It's one of the best, worst movies ever.
Yeah.
Well, that's a fair question though. Like we don't really know why Silwith would not, or why he would
I'd
betray
like to know.
his friends.
But he's just been such a threat.
He has
You
been.
don't really have like this to-fro when you're.
He's been trolling the
reacting
shit out of
threat.
us.
Yeah, that's what it feels like now, for sure.
He's not a threat in like a weapons form, but he's a threat of consequence. Seems
Yeah.
like everything that he does has
Extreme
a
accident
consequence.
prone.
Here's the reason why I feel like Oz is just an empathetic person to begin with. Like that's just his nature. It's one of the ways that I've built him. But I think like he understands that sometimes you do stuff just from like what do you call it? Like in the moment. What's the word for that?
Sporadic?
Yeah, you're impulsive. Like you're like you just do it impulsively. Like
Sure.
you want something, you just go for it, right? And I think that Oz understands that, and I think he's empathetic towards Silwith taking action in ways that he thinks is the right thing, even if we don't agree with it all the times.
Okay.
But-
Hold on. I got to follow up on that because in here I want to point something out though. What happened recently is, in my opinion, much different than his actions up to this point.
100%. That's why I said he's making it hard for
right, because
us.
his actions up until this point, even when they put us in jeopardy, we could justify in some way because he is
100%.
trying to understand his situation or who he is. So when he gave the book to what's his name, he was doing that in the pursuit of understanding his name.
Yeah.
When he killed Jorfa, there was some sort of connection there, some sort of history. And
technically, I did that.
Well, either way, he was there, and he was not calming the situation.
Oh,
but,
I mean,
He made it worse by
place
lighting everything
down.
on fire.
right.
Yeah.
But this was all in
very.
pursuit of like his history and like his character, right? But this last one seemed just like purely like meddlesome. Like
Yes.
it didn't like what was he pursuing to better understand his character, like his character or
so that part,
history?
yeah, and
Curiosity?
that part, yeah, that's literally what it was. That's
just
like
Careless
curiosity.
curiosity.
that portion was he saw something that looked like a puzzle to him and was like, oh, I wonder if I can open this.
Right.
Like,
So
that's
that's
literally
what I'm saying.
like-
It's like
Like
That's-
that moment was literally just like him going, this isn't really like he wanted to use logic to uncover something, but there was no logic behind why he had to go do it, if that makes sense.
and that's
there was
why the
impulse
group,
in that
it feels
sense, yeah.
like this is more egregious than other things.
Yeah,
because the justification,
that makes sense.
The justification seems less important.
Well,
Yeah.
The amount of danger we're put in.
It feels like the actions of Tripp are getting increasingly more malicious as well. Like whether that's true or not, it feels like
From the
even-
perspective you guys are
Start.
seeing, then yes, yeah, the
Correct,
scope
correct.
the
Like-
scope of it seeing to escalate more and
Yes,
more. Yeah,
no,
no,
the
that
reason
makes
why-
sense.
The reason why I'm saying that Oz is not upset right now with him is because he doesn't have the full story, right? Like you all bombarded him after he like broke out of this
Yeah.
earth
Right.
ground thing, and so like this chaos has ensued from Oz not having the full story yet.
Yeah,
Oz has
Um,
seen an entirely different thing than the rest
Yeah,
of us have. So
Exactly.
Makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But I out of character even, I see it as like primarily because I'm playing a very similar character in the sense that like Oz would 100% do something stupid like that out of curiosity and
Yeah.
addiction to magic. So
Well, I mean, you should have known right away that there was something odd about it because it was the only thing that you couldn't pass through.
Oh yeah, but I mean, even then, like that in of itself isn't gonna be, I would say, an inhibitor of him seeing something that reminds him of like a lock that he fiddles with from time to time. All right, he did fiddle with from time to time. So it was a puzzle to him. He wanted to see if he could open it.
Okay.
It may not
My
make sense, but it's
concern
like
is that you
he saw that
seek
as an
it
immediate
out.
challenge. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's one of those things-
because you seeked it out. That's the
Yeah.
biggest risk.
I have a question with like there's no intent behind it. I want to know. This is targeted to Cobalt. Eli saw the spirit going into that small cabinet that was pretty much hid by the bed, right? He did see it for, I want to say, like maybe 2 or 3 rounds, which I don't know if that would have changed anything.
As soon as I saw the light come from the box, I told on him.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
which, that makes sense to me too. I feel like everyone did what made sense for their characters. So.
Like he's floating through crap all the time.
He is.
You know,
He
I
is, in
figured
fact.
he's
Yeah.
just looking in probably somewhere he shouldn't be, but I don't, I didn't know he was fiddling with anything until I saw
The light, right?
the light from
That makes
the
no
box.
sense.
And I was
Yeah,
like, hey,
that makes sense.
ding,
Torvin
ding,
didn't want to
alarm.
even look at him
I
because
saw
of,
the
he
light.
kept speaking, and that was bad.
It's true.
It's super frustrating with Groven because like we went to Groven to try to deal with the problem of him being attached to Peverin, and then in the process of doing that, Groven blamed us for what he did. And it's like, this is why we're here. This is why we wanted your help, because we're
Look,
having
I
to
would-
deal with this.
I was underground.
Well, I mean, he gave you an answer, right? He did give you guys an answer about the boy,
Yeah.
which it's not a brilliant answer,
Which
right?
is
You
not
just have to
helpful.
choose the lesser of 2 evils in this sense. Do you allow an obnoxious, meddling spirit, like your metaphorical Casper here, wreak havoc in the boy, or do you actually let a homicidal murderer sit in his body that he may end up causing harm to himself? Neither which are good
What's the
answers.
difference?
Yeah, none of them are good.
Torvin's at the point of saying, look, let's just chain him up, put him in the bloody basement, and we'll go deal with the bigger problem.
I think that's what we did already, right? He's still tied up, isn't he?
I think
Oh, he was
that's-
trying to- he was trying to get-
Tied up somewhere.
I know, right? He was trying to get Hap fixed, so he couldn't have been tied up.
No,
Yeah,
he's talking
true.
about Peverin. He's talking about Peverin.
Peverin. Yeah, we left him,
Oh,
right?
oh,
He's
right,
at
yeah.
he's still back at Kendra's.
Oh, him?
yeah. Yeah, you guys
You
couldn't tie me
forgot
up,
about him already.
We forgot about Dre.
Yeah, Peverin is. I believe he is back at Kendra's.
Yeah, he is.
He is.
He's bound, but I remember we asked to tend to him.
Okay. All right. We did see the return of
She offered
a
to.
semi-beloved figure, courtesy of Maggie's Wild Magic. We saw the return of Zokar Elkarid.
Sorry.
Gilb edition.
Just hug him and tame him.
Yeah.
He was petting the dog.
Yeah.
Look.
You just had him petting Hap.
Oz
I'm getting my ass torn half.
tried. Okay.
Getting pets
Very
on his ass.
Frankenstein
while
monster. I
he's
could just
eating
see
me.
him kind of like, ah.
It's almost like you were like, "Good boy, eat that, Eli." Yeah.
I jumped in to help you immediately.
He's a
and I'm
good
paying the
chew toy.
price.
I see.
I was
it.
multitasking, okay? I was helping with the magic thing and summoning undead Peverin dads. Okay?
Rise my tsundere relationship.
Oh no!
Yeah, right? Is that how you say that? To Sundara? Is it you
Close
don't say the
enough,
T?
okay? They know what I mean.
You don't say the T? No, I'm not making fun of you.
They're
I'm asking in
butchering it,
earnest.
but it's okay.
Sundare? Sundare? I don't know.
Tsundere.
I'm picking up what you're putting down.
To tsundere.
It's
Yeah.
a
Oh my God.
what a bizarre thing to think about for a moment, but sure, we'll run with that.
I mean, not the most bizarre thing.
No, it's not. Because I certainly don't want to think that it's Tripp is your tsundere. That kind of hurts to think about. So, how did the session end?
but killing a dog.
Yeah. Little Hap got put down, unfortunately, and Rye is unconscious, correct, and suffocating.
I would love to tell you, I can't. I don't know what to do, bub.
We'll just have to keep refreshing it. I can click the buttons on your character sheet. That will have to work for the time being.
Yeah, you might have to just kind of, because I can't access my character sheet or anything, so I don't even know where my HP is right now.
It's all right. I can let you know. I can pull it up.
Okay. Sorry.
Yeah.
You're good.
Oh.
I know, we almost saved Hap.
Yeah, we were. I think I would say we were one round, but I wouldn't even know. Like the roll was pretty fucking high, so I
That
wouldn't
dog was
even
a
Yeah.
pain in my ass. I just fucking killed him.
You know, I think we have saved him.
I don't really have any regrets.
Well, okay, we are talking about an undead dog, so like
I think we put him down, and that's good.
Who has
but
been living
hold on.
for generations.
Exactly. My point is
Even undead doggos need pets, okay?
are the dead actually dead? You know, I guess is what I'm saying. I mean, we're saying
you
we
tell
killed
us,
this.
Mr. Dead.
Well,
Miss-
I don't know. I was in the dark as you guys on that one. Okay.
Mr. Dead himself. All right.
See,
Yeah.
I think it's like exception and rules. The rules are the dead stay dead.
The
pretty
exception
much.
is that when I'm the dead one, I should live.
I'm just saying, like we think we.
I would
killed
agree.
Hap.
Over here too.
We think we killed Hap, you know, but we don't know.
I mean,
Yeah,
someone
no.
put him back together before. Why can't we do it again?
There you go. There you go.
Because the soul's no longer bound to.
How do you know?
You don't know that shit.
Because
Look, if he let me read that book, I
Why?
might know shit.
Why would we want to put this back together when there's a chance this could happen again?
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, for
Because it's
fun,
not about
why not?
undead creatures anymore, all right? It's about family.
Good God.
Aw.
man.
I hate it.
That dog.
Even if one of you loses your memory, like Michelle Rodriguez, we have
There
to.
you go. See, that's my character. That's who Tripp is. You guys found out. It's
Tripp is Michelle Rodriguez.
Yeah, but none of us are
Yeah.
that in love with you to take the time like Vin Diesel did. Okay.
True. We already jumped. We jumped 4 movies. We're already on the 5th one or some shit,
Yeah,
or 9th.
yeah.
I don't know where it started.
Joke's on us,
Too many of
man.
them.
Dom the entire
Dude, just
time was
keeps going.
portrayed by Cobalt.
I just
Right
need
there.
some Cuban nos. Okay, that's what I need. Sorry, we just did like a whole watch through of like 10 movies of the Fast and Furious. So my Fast and Furious knowledge is
sorry.
pretty prime right now.
Oh no.
Remember when their biggest problem was just getting gas from a fucking truck? Now they're rolling through tanks through Antarctica or some shit.
I can't even talk
Drifting,
about it. I can't even
drifting
talk about it.
NASA spaceships across the fucking planet. It's just it makes no sense.
I have seen exactly 0 of those movies, and
Yeah, same.
The next one,
My
it's going to
mom
be
loves them.
Transformers.
It's
with
good if you do, and
Fast
it's good if
movies.
you don't.
That and Jackie Chan, I like Fast
Oh, I
and
love
Furious and
Jackie
Jackie Chan movies. Like
I
that.
love Jackie
Fucking love
I
Jackie
feel
Chan
like-
movies.
There's a
Mr.
theme
Nice
here, I feel like.
Guy.
Right.
Oh man, all those Jackie Chan. I
Can
used
it
to
be
love
like
it as a kid.
Fast and Furious Alien versus Predator? Like,
Hell yeah. I mean,
It's not
Man.
it's not
I mean,
about
space.
predators anymore.
It's not
It's about
far.
family.
Why not?
Yeah, Alien versus Predator versus Family.
I hate this.
so
Family
what I'm
versus
hearing
might
is we're
be
gonna
the
be playing an
funniest thing-
Aliens game soon.
Right. That was the funniest thing I think Ronald's ever said.
Thank you. I try. I try.
Savage.
First time for everything, I suppose. My friend. Friends. Here we are.
The shade, man.
Right? I'm trying to give you a compliment.
I'm gonna kick us off right into our experience.
Oh.
So this is your send off. This is where we're at. The session
Send
ended.
off.
Well, we'll see. You might not survive this.
Okay.
Wow.
Just depends. Last
Alrighty.
conversation with someone that was alive said, after we're done with this, I'm coming back for you. And now he's standing here in battle garments.
Wait.
You don't remember that conversation?
No.
Yeah, he was pretty PO'd.
I blacked that out in
You-
my
oh,
memory. Look,
okay,
I was
sure.
helping him.
Well,
What we did wasn't fetch, Maggie. Okay, it wasn't fetch, and now he's upset. We can't sit with him anymore.
Wait, are we starting the session? Let me get into
I'm trying
place.
to.
Let me get into character, okay?
So, the session ended with Rye gasping for air before inevitably his body clenched into complete muscular spasm. He's held in spot. Gorovan stood there attempting to assist in the rewriting of the runes across the dog's tooth. But it failed. Before we saw Misty here. Excuse me, not Misty. Not Misty. I assure you it's
No,
not.
just make it the only thing that could be worse if I actually killed a dog.
Temerity. Temerity delivers the death blow. We see Eli, much worse for wear. Eli looks the worst. He is covered in viscera, lots of gore. His armor has been chewed through in multiple spots. He's going to be busy. From whence he can clean this to the moments that he can repair it, it's going to keep him quite busy. Torvin still stands, fine as far as I can see. We see Oz assisting, but now that the body of Hap has fallen, I have to know, before you, with Gorovan, what is everybody doing aside from Rye?
I would say the group probably sees Tripp caught in a ghost loop where he's like fidgeting with the tooth. It's like it's slowly falling to the ground, but he's kind of stuck in that motion of trying to fix it.
I'm jumping towards Rye and Eli, seeing if they're okay. Pushing undead dog out the way if I have to.
Yeah. I'm focusing on Eli because he's gasping for air.
No, I'm not. I'm just wounded.
Oh,
Eli's-
wait, is it
Eli.
Rye's the one that can't
Okay, so
breathe.
that's where I'm going.
Okay, Eli is nearest to Temerity at this point, probably 15 or so feet away. He was thrown in that direction before you rebuked, and you cast Disrupt Undead, which brought about his demise. Rye, Torvin is over the top of you. You have sight, but you can't even control your eyes. Now, the way that this works is you have rounds equal to your Constitution score. Your Constitution score is 14. You have 14 rounds. Okay? That means you have 80 seconds. 80 seconds before you have to make successful fortitude saves, or you suffocate and die. Torvin, can I get from you a heal check, please?
Yes.
All right, we've got a 20. Starts out strong. You can immediately tell that Rye isn't breathing. When you what do you do? Do you are you listening? Are you trying to feel for what does this look like from Torvin's perspective?
I make sure that he's basically in one piece. I want to roll him over.
Sure. As far as you can tell, he looks to be in one piece. As you start to shift his body weight, you notice that he's very turgid. His body is incredibly stiff from shoulder to ankle. And where his arm was lying at his side, it doesn't bend. There is no give. Do you try to move or maneuver his arm or anything like that of that nature?
Yeah, that's rolling him over. If I'm noticing he's not breathing,
he's not.
So I want to
breathing.
give him a potion. I've got a potion to give him.
Okay. Give me a strength check. It's not great. His body is it's not limp. It's like flipping over a very dense plank. You can shift it up onto its side, but even then his head doesn't loll to one side at all. It just holds in spot, like stone. As you were shifting him, you noticed that his body was tensed up incredibly tight in the spots that you were kind of holding on to. His forearm is flexed to a point of which it still feels warm, but it's almost as if he's holding on for dear life. The bicep itself is just like rock.
Is something wrong with him? He's still.
Temerity, Oz, Eli. Any response? Torvin is calling out.
I think because Oz is standing next to Tripp, who is messing with this thing, and I think Oz just kind of looks up at Tripp and well, Tripp is you're a weird shadowy thing right now.
Yes,
right?
he is.
I think Oz just looks at Groven and is like, well, what do we do now? And then kind of looks over as he sees Torvin saying that.
I start getting the potion ready to give him, but I'm confused, not knowing what to do.
I'm gonna start trudging my way over to Rye despite my wounds, and I'll do my own heal check.
Sure.
If that's all right.
Torvin, do you try to pour this into his mouth?
No.
Okay. You notice his face is getting a bit more red. The lips are starting to take on a bit of a slightly purplish hue.
Can I give him
I'm going to
sip?
attempt to give him CPR.
Sure. You know that's
or not CPR, not resuscitation, but more just the breathe, try to get air in his lungs.
I gotcha.
And then just force the air out, blow air in, force it out.
Sure. You
have to move the arms like bellows.
Heard of that tactic.
Every time that you blow air in, there is a gurgle in the throat. There's a gurgle, and it almost sounds like the epiglottis is trying to roll, so it's making sort of like a farting noise every time, over and over again. But when the air begins to roll out, it's like a burble. Spittle is starting to come up more as the air is rolling out of his body. We're 3 rounds deep at this point.
I'm gonna roll him to the side.
Go ahead.
Sorry. I would just yell out to roll him to the side. Just clear out his airway, roll him to the side.
You still want to try to give him the sip?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's only wait for a theme.
I'm in the program, by the way, or I'm in the.
Perfect. Okay, good. All right.
So if you need me to roll anything,
sure.
Dying here, just let me know.
Sure. You as you try as you see that Eli is kind of, he pushes back, then you move this potion bottle. It doesn't take a lot. But even when you try to move the lips, his lip has like a recoil response, and it's like you're trying to drive his teeth open. It's not cracked nearly enough. Requires you to kind of like pour past his teeth, so it's like grating over his teeth. You hear as you're leaning in close to sort of like not miss this. There's even grunts, like he's expressing an attempt to try to breathe, but it's just this slow hissing grunt as it exhales from his body.
Where is he bit? Was that on a limb, or were there any bites on any of his limbs?
It's on his chest, his chest and arm, like the side. He was bit in the same spot.
I mean, I could try to tie off the arm to slow the blood flow from that wound.
Give me perception.
Slow. Alrighty. Cool.
That's not strong. You definitely see that there are wound marks across the arms, but his armor has been in rough shape since he kind of got into town. You do see that there is some sort of like bile-like substance that has started like stippling out of the bite mark across like the upper arm and near the armpit, but you don't actually see where this festering wound is. Yeah.
Does Gorovin say anything after Oz asked him that question?
What was your question?
Oz said, "What do we do now?"
Gorovin's not like he's got a look of, honestly, the look on his face is doubt. It's concern and doubt. He didn't expect you guys to be able to kill Hap. So to see Hap dead, he's sort of befuddled. Like he's stuck. He's sort of stuck in a stare as he's watching Rye. His hand never quite leaves the assistance of what you see happening with the dog's tooth, but like his attention is definitely elsewhere.
All right, I think Az lets go of the dog's tooth thing and runs over to where everyone else is kind of gathered around Rye and is like, "You're gonna be able to help him, right?" And Az looks like he's on the verge of crying. And can I do a medical check or something? Some kind of
heal. Like, you can do a heal here to see the severity of this.
Heal. I mean, I'm gonna let you know, this is not his forte, but I think he's just like freaking out and not knowing what to do. And I don't have healing potions or anything, so 13.
Sure. You also gain a very similar sense here. Things are looking really dire. You can hear the almost perspirative breath as he's attempting to kind of like squelch air. It's burping up anytime that he's given breath from Eli. The potion is being poured over his teeth. The wound is festering on the side. His arms are stiff like stone or very, very dense and old wood here. It looks like a very grim situation. Yeah,
and I think Az is like examining him and like basically pleading with Torvin and Eli, like looking at you both for an answer.
Bub, I want, if Rye can make eye contact, does he have that ability?
You can try. I will see if you can assert control here with strength. It's just going to be a raw strength.
Okay.
Not like that.
Wow.
Does it seem like it's his throat that's like swollen up is why he can't breathe, or is it just like a nervous system paralysis where his lungs can't function at all? Because I'm thinking like tracheotomy type of thing.
You have, well, I mean, medicine didn't quite come that far up to this point, but there is something
that's
to say.
That's just a stab him in the throat.
Sure.
To breathe. I mean,
up to this point, the things that you can immediately notice, right? Between Torvin and Eli, you can discover just by looking over his person. Thank you, Jen. Jen is putting a luck reroll in your guys' pocket, so hopefully you get a little luckier here.
Thanks, Jen.
Thanks, Jen.
You notice that the jaw is clenched. You can actually see the muscle sort of tense and cord up multiple times. His eyes never blink. His eyes never even move. They're just stuck. It's in a stare. His neck is flenched up, and it's sort of like he's flexing, but it's like he's fighting at something that's not there. His arms are turgid and stiff. His body is stuck. He's like an action figure that lacks posability. When you put your hand on his chest, there is no palpitation, there is no inhale, exhale, there is nothing occurring.
I'll try to pull his armor off, and then I want to
Oz will help you if he sees you trying to pull off the armor.
Based on
speed it up.
What are you wearing right now?
It's a
studded.
Yes, studded,
okay,
but it's like it's a special.
Oh, it's lamellar. It's lamellar.
Lamellar, yes, yes, lamellar.
Okay,
it is leather, but it's lamellar.
It's gonna
cut the lacings.
Yeah, you're gonna have to cut the lacings on both sides.
Yeah,
run it up on both sides, and basically upturn. Can I get a strength from? We'll say Eli here. It makes most sense for you to make the strength here so that they can move dexterously. You hit DC. You're just like lifting his body up. It's the equivalent of lifting like a stone seat or something of that equivalent. You move his body in such a way that allows them to tear this off of his chest and basically pull it up over his head. It doesn't quite come off of the arms, just because of the way that his arms are stuck. But even then, you see, like, with the torn linen that he's wearing, this jerkin beneath it, it does not, his body is tensed. It's stuck in position, as if he's in consistent flex.
Yeah, I want to try to use some water from my water skin and my last little nub of soap to just try to clean out what I can on the surface. I don't
good,
know.
though,
I'm pretty
right?
much out of my depth. I don't have any disease potions or.
Well, I mean, you're sweaty and you have quite a bit of wounds on your body, but yeah, you're in flex.
So I'm like in full flex,
just
like
say
paralyzed flex, right? So that's like it's like
you look ripped.
Yeah.
Thanks. Okay. I guess if I'm gonna go, I might want to look good on the way out. Like full. Oh God, I can imagine it. He looks good. Okay.
I'm just standing there looking at him.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna
Don't
say.
even attempt to help.
No,
You're
I'm not a
thirsting
healer.
too hard to help.
Yeah,
But Oz is doing whatever he can do. Like if Eli needs him to hold something, Oz is doing that.
Temerity's got a finger up the face, like, how long before he's actually in trouble, though?
Oz is like,
If only there was
eyes are
somebody
swelling
who...
up with tears.
Sure.
Probably tears coming down his eyes soon.
If only there was like a potion person in town.
I don't have a potion.
Well,
We don't have
I've got a
time to
green
run back
heal.
to them.
What is the green heal? I've got one green heal, one moderate heal, and a cure sickness.
So the
Cure
basic greens that you got
sickness.
from cache, the cache, those are all cure lights. So that's a D8
Right.
plus 1. Cure mods are a D8 plus 3 or 2D8 plus 3, and it just kind of ascends from that point.
Can I like go to because I'm watching all this? Can I try to like reach open his mouth so he gets like a better pour?
That's gonna be tricky.
Tricky's okay.
You reach the mouth to try to assert and wrench this clean, but you notice that even with his teeth not clenched close, his jaw is stuck. You could hypothetically wrench his jaw open. You may deal lasting damage to his jaw.
I mean, it's better than dead.
Wait, you have a cure sickness?
I do.
What does that do? Is that just a nausea thing?
Yeah, I just pasted it in chat so people, if you forgot the things that we have. I don't have any healing things.
Can I mean, is there I kind of like what Eli was saying about like a tracheotomy if his jaw won't open. But I don't know that we would know that. I mean, I feel like we kind of would, but what would we roll for that? Like knowledge, like heal, like to see if we even know that that's something we could do.
Yeah, that would be you would need someone with some
heal is like
medical
your
knowledge.
medical
20.
check.
I go,
Use the cure sickness poison for sure, right?
Put a
I
sun
roll
rod
better
in
than
his
you
ass.
on that.
It's not.
That's
He's
crazy.
not. This is disease. Cure disease and cure sickness are a little different.
Well.
Yeah,
Deuces.
this is sickness / poison.
10 rounds. 10 rounds have passed. You have 4 more rounds. You have the equivalent of
someone has
24
like,
seconds.
There's also some heals that will cure disease too.
Not that I have. I'll give him 2 lay on
Yeah, we're all
hands.
low level. We're level
Yeah.
4. So.
What's his XP at right now? I mean his health at right now, rather. Is he at
20.
0?
I think he's at 20. I think he's at 24 of 34.
Okay. Then I can't. Then none of my healing works.
Seek help beyond your group. I don't know.
Yeah,
like,
I think.
if you guys don't have the tools, then you
Yeah,
gotta
I mean,
reach out.
Oz is asking a question. Is no one answering him
Yeah,
when he's
Oz
looking at
is
Torvin and
asking out
Eli?
loud.
Because he asked, like, "Can you help him?"
Isn't Gorovin?
I'm doing my best.
I'm gonna turn and yell at Gorovin. Help him!
He moves over to like glance. Not fast, right? He moves over in some shock, and I do not know what is wrong with him.
Well, would anybody know what's wrong with him? Oz
I don't
kind of
know how
stands
much
up.
time we left. We need maybe Jerminda.
Oz
24 seconds.
Oz will
But yeah.
book it. Oz will when you say that, Oz will be like, "Where's Jerminda? Was she at Kendra's house? I can't remember where we left her.
I thought
I'll
she
lay on
left.
hands him twice.
Yeah, I thought she left too. I know where she
It's
lives,
probably not going
right?
to do anything.
You'll what? Oh, lay on
I'll
hands.
Give him my lay on hands.
Okay.
I did one. I gave another one. So, well, Jesus.
You're rolling really well.
That's not
Oz will
even-
just kind of sniffle and look at everybody. If no one has any ideas on what to do, he's gonna be like, I'll go find her, and he's just gonna book it.
Did you
to
guys
find
say
Jerminda.
where she is?
We don't know where she is.
Okay, where are you
Oz
going
I
is
to
know
run
she
to?
left.
I was gonna go look at head towards her place
Okay.
because like he knows that she's not at Kendra's, because she left Kendra's. He's gonna assume that she's at her place, but along the way he's gonna be looking for her if he sees her before he gets there.
Gotcha. Okay.
He's been to her house before, so
Yeah. Well, I
Or
mean,
her
it's her
house?
shop. Yeah, shop house.
yeah. I made a blood pact with that lady.
Okay. 12 rounds. It only seems to be getting worse. The lips are darkening in color. Blood vessels pop in the eyes.
Can I detect magic?
You can detect magic if that's what you'd like to try to do.
I would.
Okay. You this is fine. This is a little different here. You cast detect magic, and there are a variety of magical things all around, but as you focus over his body, short of the sword, which I'm not certain if you have the sword or not.
I think he has it again.
I do.
Okay.
He had it. Rye
Then-
had it.
In this case, they're like it does not appear to be a magical disease. It does not appear to be a magical wound.
I want to attempt to move my eyes again.
Can we put it in
Strength.
his eyes? Can we put it like? How can we get? Like, is there a open wound we can pour the potion in?
Can we
Is
put
there-
it in his bottom?
At this point, I'm okay with this.
You. Wow. That's something I was not prepared for. I suppose it would be. You know what? You could probably either force his mouth or force his ass. Whatever you want open, you could do either. There, your call.
It's a big choice, but the mouth is closer.
I'm gonna help him, like, try to like get as much, like, as gently as possible, but like as firmly as possible to open up his jaw just enough.
Okay. Are you?
Why don't we try the mouth and the ass at the same time?
I'm glad Oz is not here for this.
Go for it.
His poor friend is getting violated right now.
I'm just in the mouth. I would
I'll
like.
throw him a light heal. Let's go.
All right. So.
What is DP double potions, right? That's the.
Oh my
that's the
god. Okay.
God.
Oh, fuck me, man. Okay.
Fill my holes,
not
team.
Help us,
Fill my holes.
Bub.
Oh my god. How
Make
did
an
you
Eiffel
get here?
Tower out of me
Okay,
before I die.
He does have a
Jehoshaphat.
potion addiction.
He does have a potion
so-
addiction. It's true.
Oh no.
The moment you realize that when Rye survives through this, he's gonna have a whole new way to take on a potion faster. It's just he's gonna figure out potion boofing.
No one tell him.
Really?
Dear God, nobody tell him.
God damn it.
He's just gonna keep one in his pants at all times and just
It'll just be
sit
a
on it real
joke.
hard if he gets hurt.
It's not a suppository.
This better not awaken anything in me.
That's up to you, dude.
Whoa,
Like,
that
there
moment-
ain't nothing wrong with that. I'm just I want to put that out there.
3 weeks later, around the campfire, Oz starts getting bizarre looks from Rye. How you doing, little buddy?
Oh my
Hey,
God.
Temerity, I'm gonna need you to put this potion.
If that's what does it for you, I'm
Oh
here
my
for
God.
you.
Listen,
If Eli thinks he's done everything in his power to help him, he's just gonna start praying.
Okay.
So
All right. So I have to ask the seriousness of the situation. Are you actually going for the colorectal shot here?
I
and
am
are you?
opening his mouth.
Yeah. Okay. So you definitely want to go for the mouth.
Yeah.
Now that other end, like I have to ask, man.
I mean, I
Torvin.
would assume that I've already
Torvin.
soiled myself, right? So everything's
you have a more
clear.
steady hand.
The dock's been cleared for landing. It's
You would think that I'm with all seriousness. Are you? Is anyone actually like investigating
I am
that
not.
back dock?
I don't know, Maggie. I wish I did.
I feel like I have to ask specifically Torvin and Eli here because the others
Look,
have denied
I'll,
it.
Makes
I'll
sense.
pull his legs up to his stomach, and you just go for it. Just empty it out.
Torvin.
Did he do
It's
that?
his
Was
only
that fair in
chance.
front of me?
Say
If
that
it
again,
is
please.
presented, then
Yeah,
I empty
let's-
the elixir.
Then give me. If you're gonna try, the thing is, you're gonna have to force his legs here, right? Like his body's locked, so it's
His butt's not gonna swallow anything, and it's not gonna go directly
True.
into his bloodstream.
true. So give me a wisdom here, Cobalt, from your character.
Oh, if he rolled a wisdom, he would be doing this.
if they start to do
If his-
that,
if
I am going to tell them to
You
stop.
begin to lift the legs and you realize that as you're lifting his legs, the body, like his hips, aren't even shifting. So the likelihood of him not clenching his ass is very, very, very nil. Medically speaking, the sphincter is incredibly strong. There's nothing going in there.
Too tight.
Medically speaking,
The sphincter is way too strong. You're not gonna
there's other
fucking.
ways to approach this, but medically speaking,
Oh my god.
Is this where we are? Is this what we are reduced?
We're gonna need a
I'm
green
not
slime.
here.
I
I'm
am
not.
just trying to open his mouth and save his life.
Now,
Where's Oz?
particularly I need to know, Misty, how is Temerity? Are you trying to wrench his jaw open? Is
Yes.
okay?
I am
Are you
trying
using any
to-
tools?
I was just looking at what I have. Are his teeth like clenching?
No, there is a gap, but you
Okay,
will
so
not be able
if-
to get your fingers together to interlace to pull apart.
That's okay. I have
I have a crowbar.
I like take a rope. So I have rope. Like start to like as I like make like movement with it, like start to like leverage the rope into his teeth so that they stay a little open as I like
Just
try
pouring a little in there. Is he okay? Is he taking that?
Give me perception, please, for those of you that are like hovering near his face.
Mine near his face.
I'm assuming that you're probably pretty close. So Torvin, Eli, definitely. Temerity, it takes him. Oh, you have dark vision as well. Yeah, you'll definitely be able to see this. It's pooling up. It's pooling up in the back of his throat. You see, as it's pooling up in the back of his throat, there are small bubbles that are escaping and rising to the surface of the potion.
So he is getting some, be it a little bit.
Maybe. You do not see the level decreasing. It's 14 rounds. I need the first. I need the first fortitude save.
Oh, from me?
Yes.
Okay. Did I pass my strength check?
You did. You did, in fact.
To move my eyes?
Yes.
Okay. I want to move my eyes and look at Torvin. And I want to give him the most, like...
Don't put that in my butt. Look.
Stare I can give him. No, not about the butt, but what about what I told him earlier?
Oh.
That if something happened to me, that he was, I would hope that he would search for my daughter. We had that conversation many episodes ago. So I make eye contact with him and I don't stop. I just look at him. And let me roll this real quick. I don't know if he'll remember that, but that's why I'm doing it.
Fortitude.
I'm gonna re-roll.
We have one re-roll.
Yes. I mean, I don't know how much. I mean, I can roll lower than a. Wow. Okay.
Oh my god.
Oh no, Natty, what? Dude, he needs another reroll. If he gets another reroll, can he? Someone 10 subs. Come on. You can't leave him on a natty 1.
I mean, they
honestly, like,
It's
looking at
they
this
might.
from a positive eye, if he does die, we can have him possess Pepper. So, right?
I mean,
right?
We don't know what's gonna happen. No, I'm
Wow.
not in this scene. I'm staying out of it.
Rye.
Yeah.
With the potion pooled up into the back of your mouth, the last bits of air escape as small bits of potion seem to run down the back of your throat. They squeak by the epiglottis, and as you feel that last bit of air sort of resonate and come to nothing, you have this concussive pressure on your lungs. You begin to drown. You suffocate. You feel this heat in your eyes as things start to go blurry spots at first, before nothingness. Rye dies. And this is one of the benefits of having a chat that can assist. Chat. This is where rep kind of comes into play. Now, the rep system itself is being reworked, having some efforts thrown into this. If you guys wish to let him break his Aegis, the way that the Aegis works in this is I collect 50,000 reputation. It's up to the chat to do this. If you're wondering what your rep is, you're probably getting messaged. It's a whisper now from Stream Elements bot. Farm, are you gonna front it? Are you gonna front the 50,000 rep? Okay. Can I counter his 50,000? You cannot.
Savage!
Oh my goodness!
Damn, that's sad.
I only have 22. I'm sorry, Ella.
Your tits are no longer McGits. They're just gits.
I know that Farm has the rep for it, and I know that he's good for it. It's not working. That's just because we switched bots. It's a bots thing. So I know that he has the rep for it. He's been here for years, and he's been gaining and sitting on it for a hot minute. So the way that this works, you guys voted many sessions ago to have one player removed from their Aegis courtesy of a hero card, and you voted on that being Peverin. So if Peverin was to die, there's no bringing him back. That was specifically for Tripp, so Tripp would die. In this case, everybody else still has their Aegis. In order for that to work, the chat has to show mercy. The merciful gods, that is Twitch chat, has no longer decided to cull you. They're bringing you back. Your Aegis breaks. You will return, after a rest, to full health. No disease.
You know Eli is going to say it's because he was praying to his god over your dying
Why
body.
did you
Well,
have
it
to
was.
I'm sorry.
Well, he is now, Maggie.
Gods are merciful, okay?
Thank you, chat. I appreciate it. It hurt when he said I died. It hurt me real deep. It was a cut. It was a cut.
I was like, Oz is gonna be a hot mess. He came back and Rye was dead.
I tried to counter it and save you from Eli's big head, but no. Oh goodness. Let's see here. No.
Almost had a new club member.
Actually, can I get a perception, please, from Tripp?
Dead cannot die.
What is dead cannot die? What is dead can never die?
Yeah, that one.
Wow, very good, very good. Still focusing, drawing your closest attentions that you can to the dog.
Sorry, that's 28. That's 28. My bad.
You're still watching, but in your peripheral vision, you're also similarly seeing what is unfolding before you. Your curiosity has gotten the best of you. It's drawn you into trouble, Tripp. And this time, you realize that your curiosity has not just brought about issues, but it's brought about the demise of someone that cared for you, definitely cared for Peverin. The body of Rye lay no more than 20 feet away, stiff and unmoving. But from your vision, things look a little different. Where he lay, you see many fingers rise from outside of his body, just over the arms at first, and then like a doorway, spirits begin to pass through him. And you notice that they're children. Many children. Your hand is still moving, trying to inscribe these various runes, as you can recall, but your peripherals never quite leave this. You can't even get a head count on how many there are. Probably a dozen, at least as far as you can tell, but they're moving. Torvin, Eli, Temerity. Where his body lies stiff and turgid, he begins to shift upward, not at his hip. His body begins to rise. Very bizarrely, it shifts from a laying position to a standing position. He stood on his feet. His body is still crooked the way that he had lie on the ground. The armor is still folded up over the back of his head, his arms stuck. You weren't expecting this. Tripp says nothing, still moving and scribing runes over and over, etching and scribbling them into this. The three of you standing there with Gorovin. Do you say anything? Do you look to each other? What does this look like?
Have I seen something like this before, being who I am? Or no?
No. But you know that there is something bizarre with Rye. Rye was pronounced dead by the wizard. He said that he had died.
I am going to slowly stand up and raise up my shield and hammer again in preparation, because I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
He could be getting possessed by something from Harrowstone.
Same.
I'm just cautiously going to observe, but
I'm gonna take a defensive
prepared
stance as well. Yeah.
Okay.
Torvin just thinks the potion worked.
Yeah, they do that all the time. Stand up, he's good.
He died. What's going on?
Where am I at right now? Like, can I talk?
You're unconscious.
Okay.
You're unconscious as far as you are aware at this point. There's nothing available for you.
Okay. And just to be clear, you said that the souls in me, like, floated off?
No, they lifted your body.
Oh, they lifted my body.
They've lifted you to a standing position.
Oh, okay. All right. Sorry,
I'm offering more potion.
You're getting literally carried right now.
You're going to offer more potion. Do you take a step closer to him?
Yep.
When you begin to take a step, you actually feel a force. It almost feels like an area of weight sort of push back on your knee. Like something's stopping you, like the air is denser here.
Okay. I put my arm out then, if I can't move my
And
legs.
the moment that you kind of pass over this area, it takes just about a second, but as you extend outward, something actually hits the back of your hand, pushing your hand back in the direction of you. You physically feel something stop you. Something nudged back. Tripp. With him stepping closer and closer to Rye up to this point, you can actually see that there is a child, probably about 9 years old. When he goes to take his step, the boy shoves his knee down. When he pushes his hand upward like he wants to pour this potion, he reaches up and he pushes the arm away.
So they're like mimicking the movements for him?
No. They're just stopping anything from getting into this bubble. They're defending him. They've created almost like a phalanx around him.
I mean, that'd probably be enough to break his loop. He would drop the totem. I guess he would still hold onto it. He'd still hold onto the totem, but he would he would hover over and see if the kids can see him or interact with them.
They see you. Some of them, like, instinctively, even, like, they draw up their hands like they're prepared to fight.
Yeah. Who are all of you?
And the rest of you notice that...
Yeah, I was going to say they hear the eerie.
That gutter speak seems to roll freely from the maw of this darkened spirit.
When he starts doing that, I'm going to... Do I have to cast Comprehend Languages, or can I just do it?
You have to cast it.
I'll cast it
Sure.
as soon as he starts talking.
Totally fine. You cast this so that you can start understanding what's happening. And he says, "Who are all of you?" But you don't see anyone there.
I also don't give any indication that I can hear what's going on.
Okay. A few of them take a look at each other before looking to the largest of the children. It's a lankier, taller girl. She's probably 13, 14 years old. She nods to you, and then down to the others. Before she draws up her fists similarly, like she's prepared to defend.
Do none of you have names anymore?
Names matter not when you're dead.
I would say if a ghost could chuckle, I guess he kind of would, but he kind of leans down like a little more to the level of the tallest one. Have you always been protecting him?
The kid that was stopping Torvin from moving at this point shifts over.
We're always protecting him. We try to anyway. He gets into trouble a lot.
I would probably get into more trouble than he has.
We know, we've seen.
Tripp nods reluctantly.
Now one of us has to go. We don't know which one to go, though.
Why does one of you have to leave?
Well, we had to make space.
Space for what?
The room's getting smaller. Can't stay here. We ain't got no place to go. The Umbries, they took our body, and... well, Rye, he always did fight for us. We weren't gonna let him go so easy. They took our bodies, but we wanted to stay for him, because we couldn't give anything to him.
Well, from the looks of it, it seems that you've given him purpose.
I don't know about purpose. He's got his own drive, things that matter to him. We see him do a lot of bad things, though. We've seen you do a lot of bad things, too.
Yeah. Can you forgive me for hurting your friend?
We don't care what you do. He decides to keep moving with you, we're just trying to protect him while he can't protect himself.
But because of me, you're losing one of your own, you said.
Well, in that room right there,
He points off to Temerity.
She could probably remove you and dispatch of you if it was really a cause of concern.
I think now would be that case, don't you?
That's not for me to decide. I never had to make a decision anyway. Life made all the decisions for us.
Well, you're making decisions right now. I mean, in the afterlife, but you're choosing to stand up for your friend.
Maybe. Maybe it's because he's the only one that stood up for us.
He's a good man. Even if he has done bad.
Well, if you keep acting the way that you're acting, he's probably going to end up a dead man.
You're absolutely right. And there isn't an excuse for this one. I simply made a stupid call.
You should stop spending so much time being stupid then.
Easier said than done sometimes.
I know. There was another one of us, but we don't remember much about them. We just know that there was space in here for one more. It happened another time he almost died. But
is there any way to get them back?
No. No, we just know when he comes this far that one of us have to leave. This will be the second time. And, well, I guess it's me then.
Well, is there any way to get any of you back, or any... I don't know. I don't
know. He ain't got much to live for, though. I think all he really would like to see is his daughter.
He mentioned a name before, but I can't remember it.
I don't know her name either. Not much to remember much anyway.
Well, hopefully if I stop making a fool of myself, I can help out with that.
I suppose you're right.
He tries to make this noise, but he looks down for a moment. He kind of glances over his person, and you hear this rattling of chain. You see this chain moving between you and the rest of the people here. Nobody else seems to respond to it. Nobody else can even see it. It's hooked him back in the meat of his calf.
We'll try to see if I can pull on it to get it away from him.
You can try.
What do you need?
What do you want to try to do?
If I can remove it, I mean, if it's got to take something. Best way to make penance is an even swap, you know what I'm saying?
Well, as you're watching, as you're prepared to reach down and to touch this, where it's penetrated his calf, the color of his person, it's almost like golden-like hue that emits over his soul. It seems to drain it from his person. The color seems to stipple down to like wet paper, and it just emits this cold, almost blue aura, drawing all of this warmth from his soul.
I wouldn't touch that. Tell him. Show him.
And he draws his hand up right here over the face, and there is a scar that goes from almost the middle of his left eye down to the corner of his mouth.
He'll know which one I am. He'll know.
Hold on. And then he tries to like grab the chain to see if he can pull it away from him.
I need for you to make a will save when you grab the chain.
Uh, 13.
Okay. When you grab onto that chain, you do hear something. You feel something. That urge, this draw, almost as if you yourself are being hooked, drawn in.
Come back and see us. Into this place. Come to Harrowstone. Find me. Find me.
The boy's leg begins to drag before he takes a step. And as he attempts to pull that back leg up to kind of step in tow with it, it upends him and it starts dragging his limp body in the direction of Harrowstone. The others, in a state of fear, draw even closer and tighter around his body. You know that you're failing to communicate with those of the living. And the only one that you could immediately talk to was Rye, as far as you could tell.
Yeah.
Did Temerity, did you express that you could understand him?
She did not.
No.
She said she wanted to keep it quiet.
The last things that you hear, Temerity, are the sounds of chains rattling and echo, but you hear no other voices outside of his. You're muted.
You'll hear Tripp yell, "We'll get you out of there. We're coming for all of you. We're going to set you free from that place. Just hold on." And he'll try to make one more attempt to see if he can break, to try and break the chain. I don't know how. I don't know if physically hitting it, and I guess physically in ghost form is going to work, but...
You strike and you try to draw and pull on this thing and nothing. It's a dredge line that you're struggling to do anything about. It leaves a score in the material plane. It looks like trails or a track is being pulled across the actual soil itself.
I guess once that happens, he's not going to really have much choice but to let go.
As you let go, you hear that girl's voice.
Let him rest. Take him back and let him rest. Put him to bed.
I'll make sure that it's done.
The others slowly slink back. They're still in that pose of defense, in that phalanx position, before inevitably they slink back into his body. The arms slowly begin to release. His head never quite stops lulling.
As that starts happening, I guess, because I'm not really paying attention to what's happening at this point, I would just say, we need someone to, we need to lay him down. We need to get him some rest.
None of the others can understand you. Temerity, you're the only person.
But you'll see Tripp trying to grab him, obviously but not successfully.
When he says that though, I will step forward and try to help him. If the bubble is allowing me to do it.
Torvin, you notice at this point that Temerity does take an approach, and there is some apprehension before inevitably she's able to get close to the body of Rye. There is nothing pushing her back.
I push forward.
You can move forward with ease now. There is no density of the air. There is levity that has been provided. You are capable of moving freely. Oz, You've made your way to Jaminda's house, the apothecary, and she isn't there.
No, he's knocking.
No response.
Jaminda! Oh, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, no. Okay. If she doesn't respond, Oz is going to try to open the door.
Sure. I mean, the door itself is locked, but that's never stopped you before.
No. And now I'm chaotic good.
Okay. So what do you do?
He's going to try to open the door in any way that he can, but try not to be he's not going to smash the door if he can. Like, he's going to try to unlock it if he can.
Time is of the essence.
Yeah.
You are addicted to magic. You tell me here, are you going to take the time, like knowing Rye is on his deathbed, do you take the time to break out lockpicks and try to get this door open?
I mean, that's the only way I have to open the door.
Now, where there's magic, there's a way.
Yeah, but I don't have a spell to unlock doors.
None of your spells are real spells.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, like, you could have a spell that does that.
You could unlock every door in this town with a single spell.
Yeah, if I cast the right one,
True.
Who knows what's gonna come out of my hand?
1 in 1,000. All right, give me a disable device.
Disable device, okay.
It's not gonna be good enough.
All right. I will acid splash the door, which doesn't actually acid splash. So.
Sure, go for it. Let's go ahead and roll that beautiful D1000 for me.
421 is the number. I can feel it in my kneecaps.
Did it roll? Is that right? Okay.
What'd you get here?
84.
It's pretty low. Yeah, it's pretty low.
How does that happen?
Your dice are random.
I know, I'm trying to find 80. It's like giving me all the 84s, but not like the first one. Match case. Oh my god. Why doesn't it give me the first 84? I'll just scroll. And I can pick any.
Yep, from that spot. That is correct.
From that spot. Sorry. The pickle.
Say okay. Kind of anticipated as such.
A massive fireball just blows open the door.
Man, I hope not. I really hope not. Rip door? Could be.
One of my options, I could lose a lot of weight. Oh, that works. It was 84, right?
Yes.
Sorry. The options are pretty funny.
What's Eli doing right now?
Oh, I mean, if we're back over here, I'm asking everybody what's going on, what happened, because I heard the gutter speak, and I'm just standing there with Jesus Rye over here, like.
Tripp would have taken off in the
freaked
direction of the farmer that we're hoping not dead, but he's gonna go shoot over to him, see if he's alive.
The farmer? Oh, the stable owner. I got you. Okay. What spell did you have here, Maggie?
The one that makes the most sense for this is called Boom. A spark, a crack, and boom. Explosion centered on you does 76. But then won't I get hurt?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So that doesn't make sense.
You looking to blow your ages here too?
Well, hello.
76.
Maybe not that one. Just gonna put that out there. An idea. Do it.
You know, you have a luck reroll. I just want to put that out there.
I do have a luck reroll.
And you are stuck with using one of the spells. At this point, it's probably looking for a lesser of two evils. Max 42, no big deal. Yeah.
Oz is gonna come back all skinny. I'm gonna be like, Goblin, kill it.
Yeah, maybe I have to try reroll just to see, because all these options aren't going to help me with my current situation.
Go for it.
Oh my gosh.
That's the opposite end.
Yeah, right?
Should be so much better.
So the darkened shadow that was Tripp decided to flee over to the stable. Temerity, you've moved up to the body of Rye. Rye's arms have fallen limp to his side. His head is still kind of bucketed just over shoulder. Torvin, Temerity, what are you two doing at this point? Since you know that there's no longer this pressure that you're feeling.
I'm just trying to see if he's all right. I don't understand what's going on. It's outside of my little dwarvish mind.
The wounds still persist. They do not seem to be pus-riddled. They doesn't seem to have that substance that seems to be free-flowing from it. The tenseness of his muscles it's at a spongy place, so it's not like you're expecting him to be all coiled up very tightly anymore. You do hear slight breathing.
Is there so he does or does not need healing?
He's unconscious.
I'm still trying
definitely
to
see
get
that.
him to finish the rest of the potion.
His body is you're gonna need to treat the damage that he has. You don't actually know, like, there is no metaphorical healing bar above people's names, right? Like, you don't see an HP bar, but you know that he has wounds. You know that blood is starting to roll from those wounds. He will need to be healed in this sense. You can give him a potion, but the potion itself isn't going to heal it's not going to mend the wound.
I'm not a doctor.
I don't know what happened,
doctor,
but if he's breathing, we should take him back to somewhere clean, and we should take care of ourselves. And as Eli is saying that, now that the adrenaline and the need of urgency has kind of passed, he's starting to realize, like, he's bleeding a lot himself.
Yeah.
And he's gonna start applying pressure to his own wounds.
You know that everybody knows that there is someone that's in town that has been very capable at treating your wounds.
Yes.
She's treated most of your wounds up to this point. She's provided clean linen, a warm place to be, food, all that nature. You just have to get back to the Lorimore residence.
So, what would it look like, bear with me, to carry Rye back to the Lorimore residence?
Are you going to, like, fireman carry him, or are you okay?
Like over the shoulder.
It's going to be challenging.
Okay.
You'd have to move pretty slow, but as long as you succeed on like a DC 10, you could probably move it 5 feet. You're going to be stumbling the entire way, but you could do it. There, you got it. You'll be moving it like 5 feet around, but you'll have him over the top. Especially knowing now that Oz is missing, that the spirit is gone. Cobalt, we're seeing Eli is sort of like holding his own wounds. Torvin, that leaves you. You'll be the fastest person to get back to Kendra to alert her of what's coming. But that's kind of on you if you want to do that or if you want to assist.
I'm sort of torn, actually, to try to take care of the dog. I mean, we still got Gore over there. We still got the dog, the corpse there. The
right.
bits.
You could, I mean, Gorovin is still there. You could talk to him about this.
I just look at the corpse and look at Gorovin and just shake my head. And not bad, just...
It's a mess. Yeah, he kind of does the same. When you do that, he looks down and he raises his hand as he starts stepping over to the corpse of Hap. You hear him mutter under his breath, and you can see like smoke start to rise from his palm before he begins laying flame over the body of Hap.
Go. I will tend to this mess.
Thank you, Lord.
Don't thank him. Why do you think we had to fight this beast in the first place?
Are you saying that?
Yeah.
Okay.
You just thanked him as a lord or whatever.
I kick you in the shin.
Quit it.
Quit it.
Oh, that hurt.
I can do up to 7 away, right? Or is it 6 away? Or what's my
7.
number?
It's 7.
7?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
It's like
All right,
having
catch,
a
back up.
stick of dynamite in your town.
Rise loosens up, put the potion in his ass.
Oh my gosh.
So you've managed to levy a kick right into his shin. Eli, does it silence you?
I said
Stop
that
it.
next part.
You just said.
I said it's like leaving a stick of dynamite in town.
Oh, gotcha. I didn't actually know that was. I thought that was Cobalt saying that.
No.
Okay. All right. Then yeah. You
And Torvin's giving the. We'll talk over here.
Yeah.
Look.
Yeah. Do you take his lead and do you walk with them, Eli?
Oh, I'm fucked up. I gotta go.
I gotcha. Okay,
I'm not
so
challenging anybody to a duel right now or whatever.
Torvin and Eli, we see Temerity with the body of Rye over shoulder. You are carrying each other back. Maggie, your spell.
Stone teeth. The caster's teeth turn into unbreakable white stone. They can chew through just about anything, including soft metals, and never get a cavity again. If the caster already has stone teeth, the surge removes them. And he's going to just try to eat the doorknob, I guess, off.
That's a fantastic spell.
That is the
It's
best
a lovely
thing.
spell. Who said magic was bad?
The purest source of fiber and iron that you can get in a diet.
Oh my God.
To do, too.
Stone teeth.
Just like eat the doorway.
You-
and growing.
Previously, you had known the everybody knows the weight of their own teeth, right? In this case, you notice that there's a pull. There's an extra pull in your mouth, and when you kind of move up, you know, like before there was a few soft spots. You've had some things that didn't quite agree with your maw, with your teeth, and it's made some cavities, some denseness, some tenderness in your mouth. But now your teeth feel refreshed, like goblinoid teeth, but
Oh, God,
they're
they
quite.
pointed.
Oh yeah,
Quite
like
thick.
creepy pointy teeth, but like
Oh gosh.
No, you really look like a fucking shark.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's
Oh.
awesome.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Jawsome.
You've got it.
Pac-Man.
You have stone teeth now, and you wish to immediately attempt to chew through the door handle. The door.
Yeah,
Okay.
he wants to get inside.
Okay. Well, there's not really a handle, so you're like trying to chew through a flat surface.
Sure.
So your nose is all turned up and to the side as you're trying to bite through this. If anyone were to pass by right now, they would be so confused watching this. But how long are you going to try to do this?
I mean, he's just trying to get through this doorway as quickly as possible through eating it.
Okay. You can. I definitely can't tell you no. It's gonna take you some time to get used to this. You probably even bite down on your own lip at spots and times. But you're able to get through enough of the door that you can see that there is that it has been locked from the other side.
Okay. So I've made a hole in the door.
Mm-hmm.
He sticks his hand in, unlocks the door,
Sure.
and opens it.
It's a relatively simple lock. It's basically a turnstile key latch lock, so it basically swings up an arm. She's gonna be really confused when she gets home. But there was a wild, like 6-foot dog in town, so it totally makes sense, I guess.
Oz gonna quickly look around
It's dark.
the room. Okay.
No sconce, no candlelit, no firelight, nothing.
Pulls out a torch. I have 3 of them.
Okay.
Sure. Oh, I don't know why I clicked that.
Okay. All right.
I will use one of them if I can figure out how to do that.
It's flint and steel.
And
You have flint and steel by chance?
yes, I
Okay,
do, but I
all
also
right.
have a torch. So.
You see, I mean, the torch has to be lit in order to
Yeah,
light another
I have a
torch.
flint and steel.
Okay.
Yeah.
That'd be a wild mechanic. I mean, you guys probably still have the sun rods, if that ever mattered.
I have 3 sun rods.
I don't have any
Okay.
sun rods.
You break out the flint and tinder, your steel here, and you just kind of strike it over a few times. It doesn't take much. It catches the linen at the end of the wraps of your torch, and it illuminates. 20-foot radius. This house is lit.
Sweet. Oz is just quickly looking through all the potion bottles and trying to figure out which one would be a cure disease.
Most of the potions have been ransacked. Most of what remains is like raw unguent. It's reagents.
Oz puts everything that he can in his bucket.
You got
Anything
you're
that
still carrying
looks-
the bucket? Oh, that's so sad.
Yeah, I mean, that's his bag.
Does it still have Jorfa's face in it?
Yeah. It's the
We
bottom.
gotta get you a fucking backpack, man. Oh. What's in your bucket? A face? Oh.
There's a lot of stuff in his bucket, okay?
I found
I
this
think he has a
barge
bag
made of
too,
bag.
but he does have a bag, I think.
If
Yeah.
you put all of these bits and pieces of alchemical reagents together in a bucket, shouldn't there be a roll about that? What
Depends.
happens?
If
What it is?
there were an
He's
abrupt
not making
stop.
like a concoction. He's
Yeah, just kind of grabbing vials, various
Yeah,
jars, and
he's
placing it in there.
putting
That's my
stuff,
thought.
Like,
Ah,
yeah.
okay.
He's not like
I
making
just
a
thought of this
brew in his
bucket.
bucket.
Oh, just this bucket full of yeah.
Reagents.
You grab various reagents and you do just that. You place it upon your bucket. The door remained cracked
need
up to this
to-
point.
Make an Arcana check to understand any of this, I will. Or whatever. If there's a check, I can for Oz to be grabbing the right stuff.
You've got knowledge like alchemical reagents.
Probably not. Oh my gosh, what is happening? Roll 20 is acting very strange today.
It doesn't know which of your 8 monitors it wants to be on.
No, it's just like making everything zooming in for some reason. Reset. Oh my gosh. I'm still
Ronald,
yet.
while Maggie's figuring this out, you
Oh,
have rushed
there's no
over
reagents.
to the stable.
Uh-huh.
What are you hoping to find here? What are you trying to do first?
I mean, I know the fucking horse is, gone, but
Yeah, it's gone.
like as he's heading his way over there, he just like keeps like repeating over and over. He's like, please be alive, please be alive, please be alive. Like, and he's trying to see if the stable master is alive.
Yes, when you make it over to the stable master himself, he doesn't appear to be bit at all. It looks almost as if like Hap kind of like bounced into him, like knocked him into a wall, knocked him out.
Okay. Is he unconscious?
He is unconscious. His lantern broke, but luckily did not catch fire. You can smell like the kerosene, the gas.
Still
itself.
kerosene? There's still kerosene, all right.
There is, yes. It has poured out near him. There's hay as well. You feel
Don't do it.
an odd remembrance of what has once occurred.
He has wronged me too.
Oh yeah, the stable
No, he
owner.
has. Yeah. So I'm gonna give this a try. While he's knocked out, I am going to see if I can try and possess him and just have him move back into his bed.
Oh, interesting. Give me a will save.
You piece of shit. I'll let me roll.
Okay, go for it.
There,
Much better,
that's a
yeah.
little better.
You go through your first unwillful possession, and you successfully take over his body.
Do jumping jacks.
I get in. I'm just like, I take a match, and I'm like, now you get to pay too.
Jesus
And then- no.
Oh my gosh.
You should always leave a house.
Do I look like the
detected.
kind of
Have
person-
you found it?
Maybe.
Do I look like the kind of person that would burn someone that would burn a body out of spite? If
Yes.
you said yes. Yes, look back at the VOD because I did just that. But no, he kind of checks himself. He kind of goes over to like what's that? The trough. See like the reflection, You see him like he checks himself, see if there's any like bruising, and kind of like pats it. He gets like some loose bandages for potential like scrapes and cuts on his arm, and he treats those really quick, and then he just to finish up, he puts the stable owner back into his room, covers him up, and then exits his body, and he leaves.
No wank?
What a session this has been.
No, not this time.
It slipped out.
Yeah.
I debated it for a good like 10 seconds.
In the reflection though, he does apologize. He just looks down and goes, "I'm sorry for the trouble I've caused." And then that's when he kind of heads up and he locks the door. Do doors inside have locks back then for houses like that? For
most
not really, right?
They did bars, right? They basically they would have these like 2x4s they would place to prevent it.
Okay, then yeah, he would put that back up, draw the curtains, put the person in his bed, make sure nothing flammable was still active, and he effectively puts him to sleep, and he leaves.
Okay.
I'm so surprised you didn't take him for a cruise.
No, I've caused enough trouble. Killed a friend, all right?
Poor person is going to go, what the hell happened when he wakes up inside a closed, locked room?
Yeah.
Cobalt. Eli is dragging ass, to say the least, behind the others. Torvin has not been damaged, and you know that Temerity is...
I've taken damage.
Yeah.
I'm hurt.
Okay, you are. Oh,
I'm
yeah,
hurt
okay,
too.
that's right, you were.
Yeah,
You were bit.
we're all hurt.
Not quite Rye levels of hurt.
No, fair.
No,
I mean,
no.
it wasn't the hurt Olympics, but we're
Yeah.
still...
I'm hurt emotionally. Temerity yelled at me twice.
Oh my god, yeah.
I've got the gold medal.
That's worse. That's worse
true.
than physical damage. I can't heal that.
Eli, as you move, I need a perception from you, please.
Alrighty.
I'm going to say that Temerity's probably not going to focus on this because her attention is rather taken.
Shit. I'm using my luck reroll.
Go for it.
That's better.
That's a stark difference.
It's a complete opposite. Fail to a crit.
That's
Eli,
the power of science.
you're stumbling on. You're still kind of putting pressure on these wounds, these bite marks. You can feel the bruising of your ribs. You can feel like this catch in your hip. You were thrown. You were literally thrown. You've not experienced what it's like to be thrown, probably since you were a child. So
I'm a big lad.
Yeah. So for this to happen, there was a lot of strength behind that creature. As you're walking, you're focusing on just getting there and sitting down. You're wondering how and why. Like why? You're probably honestly. I feel like you're stewing. Right? Correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like you're stewing over Gorovin, probably over Tripp, the time that you've been here. But as you're doing that and you're moving, something does catch your eye, and it's a little off. You weren't really expecting it. Torvin, you're not... At first, you're like, your eyes focus, and you're not certain if he's leaking. But as you keep glancing over, his bag is leaking. And it's not like it's water. Not like a water skin broke. It's shimmering. This fluid that seems to be falling from the crooked corner of his backpack. It almost looks like mercury pools on the ground.
Torvin. Something's coming out of your bag. It's all getting everywhere. Look behind you.
I
can,
carefully
lean in.
Put myself down so my bag is touching the ground.
Sure.
And then
What is that?
Look inside my bag.
You glance inside of your bag with the variety of things. You are a metaphorical chest at this point. There's so much that could be in there. And you look, you see all of the things that you brought into this town, the things that you found that have been divvied up in your direction, you see some of the cursed objects. One of those cursed objects look very different. The chains, this chained mess, that silvery chain mess with the stone runes that dangled from it, the chains are melting. The stones that contain the runic symbols, the holy symbols of all of the gods that the father had followed or he had prayed to, as he turned those people away, he took advantage of the coin that they offered. All of the sigils have darkened to nothing, and now they were just black rocks that lack runic faces. The chain is melting, but produces no heat, as it creates a pool of what looks like silver like mercury pouring from the bottom corner of your bag.
I'm trying to get it to go to the corner of the bag with the least amount of damage to everything else. Just thinking, why am I here? It's charlatans' charms. They're broken.
Maybe something happened to him.
I, well, hope.
Oz, you come running back in the direction of the city square, the town square. You see them slowly hobbling back. They're moving at a snail's pace. Temerity is trying to carry this enormous human body over her shoulder. It's not going well, but she's doing it. Torvin is at the ground. You can't quite hear what he's saying, but you do notice that there are small silvery pools in the direction where Torvin has stopped.
Oz is confused about the small silvery stuff, but he can't breathe and he's on a mission, and he kind of like runs in towards Temerity, who he sees carrying Ryan. Is like, is he all right?
He's alive.
I couldn't find any potion, but he holds over his bucket towards you, and there's just like random potions,
clattering of jars and various reagents, some in open vials. Oz has pilfered most of the visibly available apothecary, things that could be carried in a bucket.
Got an empty potion bottle, Torvin? Maybe we can scoop some of it up.
I suppose I do have the...
You guys do. Between the potions that have been quaffed for the survival of that fight, I'm sure between 4 or 5 of you, you'll be able to discover one.
I'll throw you a bottle.
Yeah, liquid silver. It's better than no silver, right?
I'm not touching the silver. It's cursed. It
Maybe worth
represents
something?
Apparently. I don't know.
Well, we can't just leave it here in the middle, a trail of it in the middle of town if it is cursed.
No.
I'll try to scoop it up with I'll use my dagger to try to. Well, first I'll just touch the dagger to it to see if it does anything weird.
It just kind of blebs like it responds to it. It doesn't break the viscosity. It doesn't kind of like pool out like water might when you break the surface tension. It just kind of rolls for a moment before the force of the knife breaks away from it.
Looks like silver. It's fine, I think.
If there's any like leaves or anything that I could scoop it without touching it physically into the flask, I figure I would get dirt maybe mixed in with it, or I don't know. I'll try to clean up as much as I can, but yeah.
It doesn't take a lot of effort.
How hot is it?
Well, you know, if it's actually melted silver, it's going to be quite hot. Like the glass vials themselves are not.
Oh,
they're very thin.
Magic or not?
Sure, that's fair. It's not producing heat.
Okay, is it still liquid or is it cooling?
It's not cooling.
Okay.
It has not taken a solid form.
Need touch it.
I don't want to touch it, but maybe I can get it uncursed and use it or sell it. I don't know. Don't want to just leave it out here.
Everybody's always selling things. I'll try and give something up. I'll do a dex check.
Sure, go for it.
No, you gotta have money to eat.
You're able to pool as much of it as you can into a vial. There was quite a bit of silver wrapped up in these chains. It would almost be easier if you had like a beaker or a bucket of sorts that wasn't being filled with a tremendous amount of reagents.
Mm.
You might be able to, you know what? You might be able to use a water skin. You could probably like dump all the water out of water skin and create like almost like a vacuum to it to kind of let it suck the silver into it.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Definitely got water skins on me.
Sure. Then mark one of them as silver, and you can kind of use it to catch whatever's pulled up in the bottom of your bag. And with Eli's assistance, you guys will be able to prevent this from just kind of sitting idly in town. Temerity continues walking. You see the Lormor residence in sight. It's not going to take a whole lot longer at this point.
I think Oz is like talking to Rye, even though he probably can't hear him. It's like, it's going to be all right. We'll figure something out. While he's like following Temerity.
Okay. Wyld, when you as Torvin look back in your bag, you notice that a few of the other curse items do look a bit worse for wear. They seem to have lost that luminous state that set them apart. It had this magnetism to it that drew this kind of negative energy, and you are certain that something is happening to the spirits. You don't know what it is, but something is happening, because the rest of your equipment seems to be fine. The most devolved up to this point is the Father Charlatans. The others seem to be starting to take wear, like it's some sort of equipment sickness of sorts. It's bizarre to explain, but you've never seen anything like it.
I need to take care of these wounds, and we got to give this one more shot. Got to get down there and take care of this.
Oh, we do.
Sick of this place. I'm ready to go back home and have some ale and some stew or something.
I'd just like to sleep for a night. But something's wrong with these items. The magic, the glimmer has changed. But look, let's get inside. Just be careful. Be careful of this pack. I don't know. I think the owners, they're in strife. What could be causing that concerns me. Let's get in cover.
The four of you retreat inside of the Lormar residence. There is no knock at the door. Just a heavy boot kick. It swings. You're met with her gaze from the top of the steps. She seems to be drying up her hands. She thought she was done for the night. It appears it's going to be a very long night. Tripp, as you make your way back outside of the stablemaster's house, you can see Gorovin, nearest what remains of Hap. Fire emitting from his hands like a flamethrower. He is scorching until there is nothing left. He spends an extra long time on the bones before stamping them out, breaking them down, and crushing them.
He would stay and watch, I guess, pretty close by. Not to make it seem like he's stalking or skulking about, But he I guess, floats and observes his actions.
He notices you there, but he never quite stops doing what he's doing.
Yeah. I'll wait for him to finish his work before I guess make any attempts to try and say anything to him.
After he seems to have finished with this fire from his hands, this blaze, he steps to what looks to be a horse trough. He does a minor incantation, and he draws up water, not in his hand, but it almost seems to take form in front of him, and he levitates it, sort of pour over this area, and creates a dusky smoke that rises, blackened into the sky. And then with the other assisted spells, he kind of rolls and toils the ashen bone into the soil nearest this place. It looks like something had been buried here, but you would never guess that it was a creature of this sheer size. And with a heavy head, he slowly begins to retreat back to the school.
I would escort him to the distance, I guess, that I'm allowed to go, because I know there's a barrier there, but it would just, I guess, for posterity's sake, to be kind with it, as kind as one can be,
He never says anything to you. There are never words. He doesn't glance. You know that he knows that you're there.
Yeah, I'm actually walking beside him, as though if I'm walking, just kind of trying to walk him back.
He enters the school, or at least he starts to command the door to open.
Yeah, as we start getting close, I would look over to him. I'm sorry about Hap. I know that you probably don't understand anything that I'm saying right now, but whatever price that you feel I need to pay for the wrongdoing that I've done, I'm willing to pay it. There wasn't an excuse for my foolishness. And one of my friends was severely hurt tonight. 2 of them. And 2 others greatly injured because of it.
Before he enters into the house, he turns to you, and a snarl appears over his face, the lips curved and curled in. And that staunch demeanor turned to a grimace. He wrenches his hand forward, and you see a hazed light erupt from it.
You do not know the problems you've caused. You will not be the death of any in this town. I'll see to their success. It will be your end otherwise.
And he clenches his hand down, and the amount of pressure that you feel would probably kill a normal person. You've not felt this before. This intense crushing pressure as it seems to contort the darkness of your body. And where you have an existing health pool, mechanically, your health bar is halved. Not just took half away, as in you still have a full half a bar to gain. He mechanically reduced your maximum health.
Some of us have seen and created death. Some of us live it. Your time will come to an end soon. I'll see to it.
And he backs into the door, and the door shuts of its own volition.
Yeah, that's probably gonna go as best as situation can go. I guess trying to recover from what just happened, Tripp will start making his way back to the Loremoor residence.
Even in your apparative-like state, you feel this haziness. It's like something took the wind from your sails. You can't quite breathe as deep without feeling a pressure in your metaphorical chest. Your feet feel heavy. If he had done this before, you aren't certain you would have been able to enter that stable master. You're not even certain you'd be able to enter Peverin at this point.
Yeah.
As you make it back to the Loremoor residence, you shift through the walls. The situation seems a little graven. Seems a bit more dire than not. As they are tending to the wounds on the bodies, you see to Peverin, bound, wrapped. He is conscious, and his eyes never quite leave you. He never turns to face the others. He never says anything. But you can see fear in his eyes. And maybe it's because of what you are. Or maybe it's because of what he's seen you do in his body. But you know that your actions carry much more weight than not. And that's where I'm calling tonight's session right there.
Dang.
No.
Is everybody okay?
Considering everything.
Everybody okay there?
Everything went well on all, you know.
Didn't let me mutilate my body.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't let you mutilate, but you've done some work. I think everybody here has done some work on their body to a degree, right? Right?
I'm gonna take a note.
Yeah, I got new teeth.
Yeah, you do have new teeth.
I'm gonna
Torvin
teeth
so
on my
jelly.
wounds.
Torvin just wants those teeth. So jelly.
Those teeth.
You want my teeth?
I do.
I guess you are like a stone dwarf, right?
Yeah. It's like, oh, it's amazing.
You could get through so many things.
All
right.
Like a mouth Lexus.
Gonna be like,
Mouth
Oz,
like-
just keep casting shit at me until I get like a metal arm or something. Like,
That could happen, but that could be really bad. You're basically a Bond villain now. You realize that, right? Yeah.
Oh, is it Jaws?
Jaws,
Is
yeah.
that- yeah.
Look, it was the best option for the situation I was in.
We need to get
Oh, I
Oz a
respect
golden
it.
wand.
Dungeoneer veneers, yeah, no joke.
Dungeoneers.
Dungeon
Dungeoneers.
Oh my goodness. That wild magic is just that. It's wild. Sometimes it's
Yeah.
going to work out smoothly. Sometimes it goes very poorly. But at least you have
Yeah.
options this time.
Yeah. I mean, some of the options are like
Pretty
everything you own turns into gold. Great.
sick. Yeah.
Some of the options are the darkest timeline, and not
Some
so
are
great.
you take 76 damage.
Yeah.
I didn't
I
realize an
feel an
explosion
Ello.
centered on me until I read it out loud.
Sometimes those are super useful, right? Like when you have, like what? Think about like something that you fear. What if you're afraid of spiders, right? And you suddenly get swarmed by like a spider swarm.
Yeah, that's horrifying. You were saying that because Oz is afraid of spiders.
I spaced it, but most people are afraid of spiders in that way, so that just worked out. Or rats.
Yeah.
Or rats. I definitely witnessed
roll
like
on them.
massive frog splash from both Eli and Rye. Just fucking kill him, whatever way possible. Perfect. All right, I'm gonna give you guys an opportunity here to get on out. So let's talk about it. What are you doing? Where can we find you these days? Eli, as Cobalt, tell us, boss.
Man, I'm still trying to do my Isaac streak to 100. I just keep getting screwed right when I get so close. Other than that, I'm playing Final Fantasy VI. I probably got like 10 to 15 hours of that left. It's an awesome game. It's really cool. I've never played it before.
Nice.
Then I'm playing D&D on Thursdays and Pathfinder on Tuesdays.
Sick.
CobaltStreak, come at me.
The man's. Oz, Ms. Maggie, what are you doing? Where can we find you these days?
Hey, I'm MargaretKrohn. You can find me at MargaretKrohn in all the places. I do lots of things on the internet. And if you want to find those things, you can go follow me. I'm leveling up my druid skills, IRL. It's great. And I make games and video games for a living. I'm currently working on a project called Ashes of Creation, and you can find it at Ashes of Creation in all the places. And I'm working on the advanced version of Witches and Spellcraft, which you can find over on Drive-Thru RPG, the original version.
Sick. Sick
That's
business. Torvin is played by Wyld. What are you doing? Where can we find you these days?
I'm streaming occasionally. I've been totally distracted for a week. I wanted to build a sub-server in Minecraft. I now own a 7-server Minecraft network that I've built up from scratch because I can, apparently.
Nice.
So if you want to go see that, come over. The server should be up soon. And I'm also investigating... Oh, no, I'll talk about it later. Shh. Sorry.
All right. Okay. Ms. Misty, Temerity, what are you doing? Where can we find you these days?
Oh, well, I maybe over on Wyld's Minecraft server.
I know, right?
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Right? Like, I'm intrigued now. Twitch.tv/Imperial, and it's Imperial Girl everywhere else. Just click on the link in my profile. It's confusing. I am still sewing up a storm, kind of, and playing a lot of Stardew. I found the wonderful world of Stardew mods, which now has taken over my entire existence. So, yeah, 27 new NPCs. Bet.
Wow, wowzers! That seems like it brings a lot of life to the game.
It brings all the boys to the yard.
Damn, I'm here for it. Rye, as played by Ellohime himself. Sir, what are you doing? Where can we find you these days?
I died.
When you're not dying.
But you got better.
But at what
thank
cost?
you, by the way, Farm, for saving me. I appreciate it. You guys can find me at twitch.tv/Ellohime. I have not streamed in like a couple of weeks. I've been moving, hence the echoey mic in the new room. So, well, you guys don't see the new room, but it's there, I promise.
It's out in the jungle somewhere.
Yeah, right. So I do variety streaming, usually like insomnia hours Eastern time. So if you're up late, if you haven't gotten to sleep, or if you're just waking up really early, you can check me out, twitch.tv/Ellohime, like I said, and that's all.
Perfect. Okay. All right. Then let's see here. That leaves, well, Ronald, you're a streamer now again, right?
For now.
For okay. All right. This week. All right. So tell us, Batch Boss, what are you doing? Where can we find you?
You guys can find me here and today on my channel, which I actually did consistently from last week to this week on XanderDarks. You guys can find me on Instagram and Twitters. Was playing some World of Warcraft. New season 4 just started this week or today actually. So I'm going to be doing that. Going to be streaming some WoW because it's the game I only play. It's the only game I play consistently that I don't hate myself in. So
Are you going to do the progression servers?
I thought about it. I know the Wrath of Lich King is coming up pretty soon.
Yeah.
We're going, a bunch of our friends are going to. I mean, I'm going to. Yeah.
I did love playing vanilla.
I don't know.
Shadowmourne.
I would say probably just because given how fast you can gear out now, it's probably going to be something I'm going to fall back on. But if I do, I'm probably going to go back and do PvP again on my Warlock because that's originally where I started in Wrath of the Lich King. Either that or I'll just go Prot Warrior and finally get Deathbringer's Will and start one-shotting people and BGs as a tank.
Good transfer character.
Yeah.
Cats.
But I don't have a character.
That leaves me. I'm here streaming. I lately have been playing a shitload of God of War. I'm about to finally put that down for the first time. Outside of a slew of crashes because that game is bizarrely ported and I'm not sure why it has crashed. I played 24 hours. It's crashed about 24 times.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I don't know why. I haven't figured it out. I've done absolutely everything in my power to fix it. But
God of crashing.
Basically, but I'm enjoying it. It's been a really fun experience, and we'll see what happens next. I'm here doing this on Tuesdays when I can get everybody wrangled up for it. It seems like lately life has been grabbing everyone by the short and curlies, but I'm hoping that we can put a bow on this soon because there is very little content left. And I am eager to see this through. I'm sure that some of you guys have some ideas about what's happening based upon the liquidation, or the liquefying of Father Charlatan's belongings.
He warned us in previous episodes, something was happening. So
something's happening, yeah.
Yep.
So it's getting down to the wire, and I'm very excited to see where this goes. So. You guys can find me here. I do a lot of stuff with Pod by Night, Stitch of Fate. We just rounded out our Hunter story, Desperate Measures. It's been a lot of fun. I'll be at Gen Con most of the weekend. So if you are in and around Gen Con and you want to hang out, just message me on Discord or in Twitter and holler at your boy. I'm doing a live show on the Gen Con main stage for Stitch of Fate. That'll be fun. We're role-playing with... oh my goodness, I can't remember his full name off here, and that's gonna kill me. I'll get you the details in Discord, but it should be good. Either way, I'm gonna boogie for now. I love your faces, guys. Take care of yourselves. Do what you do. Stay safe, stay nerdy, and we'll catch you tomorrow. Bye, everybody.
Bye. Cheesy nipples. Bye.